Here's a breakdown of 3 major astrological events happening this week, what they mean, and how they're likely to resonate on a collective level, followed by some practical tips that you can personally use at the end of the video. So watch the whole thing. First is Mercury slowing retrograde shadow period. Mercury is a planet of communication, perception, decision-making. It is entering a phase of retro shadow this week. It's a lead-in to a retrograde. So one astrologer has said the Mercury in Scorpio aspects the nodes of destiny, and Mars, communication, might sting as we're not holding back. Another astrologer had mentioned Mercury's alignment with Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn retrograde in Pisces. It amplifies issues, making challenges appear larger than life. But collectively, expect communications like messages, media, tech may feel more intense, delayed, or misinterpreted. More truths may surface or be demanding as Mercury works in Scorpio, a sign tied to depth, secrets, and intensity. Because we're entering or already within the pre-shadow of retrograde, old topics may resurface, unfinished conversations, trust issues, decisions needing to be reviewed, etc. On a social level, expect more decisions around what we really mean, not just what we say. Some friction may arise as clarity emerges. Why this matters? Well, this is setting the tone for the bigger retrograde to come. So the shifts you sense this week are preparatory rather than full upheaval. Second thing happening this week is Neptune Retrograde re-entry into Pisces, its home sign. On the 22nd, Neptune moves back into Pisces as part of its retrograde motion. What this means is Neptune in Pisces is about dissolving boundaries, spiritual vision, collective dreamscapes, illusion versus reality. And with Neptune returning home to Pisces, there's a homecoming of a sense of these themes. So because Neptune is retrograde, it's less about external action and more about internal clearing, illusions, escapism, collective narratives, what's been long-term unresolved. And as a collective, a wave of awakening or seeing through illusions, whether that's media narratives, social myths, or our own internal stories. One astrologer has framed it this way: questioning media narratives, cultural myths, and reclaiming spiritual sovereignty. So a time for collective healing, compassion, but also for confronting what illusions we've been living by. On a societal level, institutions, systems, or collective beliefs that were smooth or hidden may become subject to review. It's also quite a tender energy, more sensitivity, more reflection, more intuition, so the pace may slow emotionally and mentally. That doesn't mean nothing happens, it just means what happens may feel more internal and under the surface. Why it matters? Neptune's return to its home sign doesn't just affect individuals. Because Neptune moves slowly, its influence is generational and collective. So this is a major turning point for larger cultural and spiritual themes. The third and last thing happening this week to note is the new moon in Libra on the 21st. This week also features massive new beginnings in that regard. So fresh starts in the area of life indicated by the sign of Libra, which is all about relationships, partnerships, balance, fairness. There's a strong emphasis on relational themes. How we connect, how we balance, giving, receiving, how we seek harmony, but perhaps confront imbalance. One source has said that the lunation brings awareness to our relational patterns, connecting, giving, receiving, compromise, intimacy. As a collective, this is a moment of reset of how we relate to each other. Society and partnerships and business and community, maybe new contracts, collaborations, and new ways of relating might emerge. Also, because Neptune is involved and Mercury is shifting, this new moon could highlight where our relationships are based on illusion versus truth, where we need more authenticity and more depth. So why this matters now? The timing is such that you have both the new beginning energy and the inner review clear out energy, plus the communication intensifies energy, all into one. So it's definitely not a mild week. but it doesn't mean chaotic in the sense of everything blows up. It just means we're ripe for change, realignment, and recalibration. How they interplay? Well, Mercury slowing in Scorpio, the new moon in Libra, a push-pull of depth versus harmony in how we connect and communicate. So we may want smooth connection, but underneath, there's truth. So power dynamics, secrets emerging, you got it. Neptune re-entering Pisces while Mercury does its thing equals a contrast of illusion versus clarity. So Neptune dissolves boundaries and invites dream, mysticism, compassion, whereas Mercury demands clarity, language, precision. The tension invites integration. Can we bring the dream into clear words? Can we let go of illusions but keep the vision? On a collective level, expect themes like reevaluating the stories we tell ourselves and each other, relationships and partnerships, agreements getting kind of revved up, adjusted, maybe restructured. Intuition and sensitivity rising, will meaning lower pace in some ways, deeper undercurrents rather than surface hustle. Communication, media, tech, maybe having hiccups, disclosures, deeper revelations. You get that. Practical tips for navigating this week. Speak with intention because Mercury is stirring deep waters. Be sure what you say aligns with what you feel. Don't rush to redo everything. Slow down. Set new intentions in relationships specifically because of that new moon in Libra. Ask, what kind of relating do I want? What balance am I ready to create or reclaim in this relationship? Listen to your intuition. Neptune returning to Pisces invites your deeper inner voice. If something feels off, it might be worth pausing, meditating, and journaling. So allow the slow creep of change. Some of the shifts will be internal, and trust that not everything needs to be actioned now. Just some things just are. Beware of illusions because Neptune can blur boundaries. So check whether something is really what it seems in partners, opportunities, in narratives. Be gentle with yourself. This week asks for balance between doing and being. Giving yourself space for stillness and for reflection is a must. Use this time to tie up loose ends, especially in communication and relationships. Incomplete conversations may resurface. Get what you can address. Let the rest settle. Watch for power dynamics in relationships. The Libra new moon highlights giving, receiving. If you've been worn down by imbalance, this is a good week to notice it. Focus on what you want, not just what you're avoiding, since there's both clearing and new beginning energy. Consider, what do I invite in now? Not just what do I reject? That should take it. That should be enough information for you. You've got this week. Hang in there, mama, or dudettes, or dude, whatever you identify as. Thank you for being here and watching. And please like and share and follow for relatable content, trying to juggle spirituality while you may be juggling a career, family, and relationships.